Hello there everyone and welcome back. I didn't get around doing a video Wednesday there, so let's try and get ourselves back on track, shall we? Especially since, despite how weird it's been feeling so far with Eldar, I'm on a bit of a winning streak there. Even that disconnected game was due to be a victory for me, so here's hoping it doesn't end today, right? Here's the hope anyway. And I got a bunch of ships with the belt armor there, and that remains to be seen how actually effective that's going to be when you consider the fact that all these ships are fragile. And I was going to check, but it doubles the critical hit chance, I believe. I know, if any indication, the upgrade I was looking for the other day said it critical damage, so I want to be sure how to word it. But we're doing our convoy, 300 points, so I am not going to get 3 cruises in here, unfortunately, and it is chaos, so this will be interesting. Either I'm going to have this easy... Oh, I'm defending. Let's not forget that. I take back what I said. I may not have an easy time dealing with these, with chaos, unless I position myself in a way to deal with those bombers. That is my big concern, bombers. That's what I really need to be mindful of. So, Solaris, I think, has to be in just for the sake of the fact that there probably are going to be one of them at least with launch bays, and I don't have much value left for anything else, so it sucks a little bit, but let me try and get the biggest thing I can. And really, the best I could probably ask for is use the Solaris more for defensively with its fighters. What is it? I have the Darkwing Squadron, is it, to help shoot down any bombers that go for my convoy. And then, if it allows for it, I use my second squadron, the ones that actually come with the Solaris, actually bomb chaos. Now, how the hell do I want to do this? Because there's a lot of nebula clouds here, but that seems a little predictable. But because my Solaris can only do so much and be in one place at a time, I want all my transport ships together, I think. Close enough that they can be supported by Solaris' fighters, Darkwing Squadron. Huh. So, with that said, let's get this moving. Oh, I hit 3 there. I was wondering why it was selecting my frigate. There, now that's corrected. Let's get this going. Do I act... Now the real question is, how much do I hold the convoy back? That's what I'm curious about.
At your service.
We're going to turn this off manually.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, it's a bit predictable there, having ships there. Let's see. There's got to be a sort of ship around somewhere. That'd be a reasonable assumption. And
The Eldar stand ready.
Solaris, you do your thing and have my frigate ready to flank.
Acknowledged.
And you two actually going to go to the left here, and you're going to do a hard turn.
The Eldar stand ready.
I want to try and get what damage I can, and that gave away where he's going at least.
Until the end.
Can I get this thing to fire at a good angle?
Yes, Commander.
Again, Solaris. Up there. Solaris is going to be playing more defensive role, and of course now the nebula clouds are kind of working against me a small bit, aren't they?
Until the end.
Just a tiny bit. I still have no clue what kind of cruiser it is though, so it could still be anything.
Found the enemy.
It could still be anything. I'm not seeing lances, but then again... Okay, that explains that.
The Eldar stand ready.
Oh, I accidentally launched my regular fighter, so...
Move at full speed.
Which is kind of okay. Get these ships going, do their damage they need to.
Acknowledged.
Now it's a matter of figuring out what kind of ships they are.
At your service.
Because I still got my hollow fields going, so that's fine.
At your service.
Get these things going, damn it. Damn it, Aurora. Get your ass moving. You need to get moving.
Until the end.
Come on, target.
At your service.
Huh. Interesting how the Lances did a bunch of damage there when this whole field's supposed to make it.
Acknowledge.
From how I remember, it's supposed to heavily reduce the damage. How come the Lances hit so easily? Let me see what the hell's wrong with the convoy there, because that's supposed to have an 8% chance of just blocking the Lances, so that's amusing. So I'm wondering why the Lances hit so easily. Sure, if that was projectiles, I can understand a little bit more, but... Because let me look at it again here. Thankfully nothing died, but if I understand the hollow fields properly... Let's see, chance of lance absorption at max speed, 80%, so does that change for transports? 80%, so... I don't know how the Lances did so much damage there, because after all, these things do have 200 health. That is something for me, it's a nice benefit to actually be recording this, because I absolutely have no idea how the Lances decided to kill that so quickly, unless he actually did have bombers I was not paying attention to, which you would figure my Solars would have done a decent job of getting rid of, right? You would think. Either way, I got the experience I need it a little bit. Gonna continue upgrading Spirit Stones. Got some good damage on the one cruiser, at least just a shame I couldn't follow it up. If I knew it was gonna be that one-sided, even with the Solaris there kind of like a security, I would have gone with 2 Auroras instead because apparently it doesn't matter if it's Lances or Fighters. Is the impression I'm getting after that. Wow. Really need to look at that and wonder what the hell just happened. Because Hollow Field, when fully charged, it clearly does say 80% of chance to absorb the... Yeah, let's see. And entirely absorb some lance attacks. So at max speed, when it's fully charged, basically is 8%, right? That's what the yellow bar is supposed to represent, the Hollow Fields. And it was... I did not stop these things from moving, so... And that was maxed out, even though it's not really mobile, let's be frank. It's still... According to this, has an 8% chance of blocking Lances, so... Wow. I don't know if I should rage about this or not, because that seems horribly misrepresented, if you ask me. Especially since it was only 2 ships, after all. There was no torpedoes, there was not, like, frigates to ram it or anything. He didn't even get a successful ram in, even. To be perfectly honest. And we're fighting, Space Marines, so... I believe with the cruisers over 150 points he can only field 1 regular cruiser and a light cruiser if he wants to go to heavy. Now, I like to go my Lances. That sounds like fun. Oops, I don't know if I want to make that the flagship or not, but mobility is pretty important. The only sucky thing is, ooh, I can actually get 2 of these things. Nightshades. I just can't get anything else, that's the problem. So I'm relying a lot on torpedoes, I think. So, but at least it's a nice... I like this potential. High mobility, able to do this hit and runs effectively. I just need to be able to spot them and not get these damn Nightshades obliterated in a hurry from like a random lightning strike. That's what scares me most, so... Really... With that said, the Nightshade should be the second wave. They should try and stay out of reach to get immediately annihilated, if I were to be perfectly honest. Even though that means I have to manage them quite well, because they are quite notably faster than everything else. So I will have to watch that carefully and see where they deploy. So I don't want a torpedo right away because it's, I would argue, is completely pointless.
Eldar, stand ready.
Just like his shots are completely pointless there, but Gotta be mindful how I do this. Okay, one is definitely without a doubt a cruiser, and the other one is the regular light cruiser. So if only I could remember my Space Marine variants, that would be nice right now. Because I know at least one of the cruisers is only capable of using torpedoes. Whereas the light cruisers, I think there's two different variants that allow for them to also have fighters. The cruiser does not have fighters because of these torpedoes. That's the only thing I can really get from this. So let's just keep on dodging. I could just take my time with this here.
At your service.
Make sure I get myself in a good position. Cause yeah, he's firing aimlessly.
Yes, Commander.
As much as I hate to launch these torpedoes right away, I might as well start flushing them out a little bit.
Eldar stand ready.
Make them a little bit hesitant about staying in some place where it's so obvious I know where he's at. I just need all my ships ready to torpedo from multiple angles now is the only thing. Which really would be faster if I start boosting them.
Move at full speed.
I don't have to do anything, I just gotta keep moving and get a nice surround there, force them to dance for me.
Yes, Commander.
Just dance a little bit, huh?
Until the end.
I just gotta make sure I do this right.
At your service.
I thought I hit one, damn it.
The
One.
Eldar stand ready.
I'm mismanaging this quite well now.
Until the end.
He may have gone silent running, that's a possibility, but
The Eldar
it's
stand
it's more than likely he did not. And yeah, the point defenses are giving away where he's at, so I can use that to my advantage. I just gotta watch carefully. Yep. I know where he's going now. Now, where's the other one? Because he hasn't fired the torpedoes to know which is the cruiser and which isn't. Okay. He told me what I need to. Although that's probably bad torpedo shots. I probably am not accounting for his speed very well.
At your service. Move at full speed.
Now, he spotted me somehow, so he's got some range bonus going on here.
Acknowledged. Move at full speed.
That's all I really know. He's got some kind of sense of range that allowed him to detect me quickly. I did get torpedo hits, so
Yes, Commander.
that's good. It's a good start, and he burnt his emergency repairs. Oh,
The Eldar stand ready.
it helps if I remember to turn this damn thing off, too. Because that would have been pretty bad if I tried to go for pulsars. Okay,
At your service.
keep going if you want. Although, he still sees me, so probably not the best idea. We'll see. Oh, and I almost ran into an asteroid field. That could have been bad.
The Eldar stand ready.
No. That was bad shot.
Yes, Commander. Move at full speed.
Nope. Torpedo hit. That's unfortunate. That was pretty bad. And now I lost control as a result. That's a bit of a shame. And I'm hitting latency. And inconvenient time here.
Vessel.
So that was bad.
At your service.
So he fired torpedoes. I don't think they did anything. Which is a little unfortunate.
Is the key to success. Yes, Commander.
Now let's keep this going here. Torpedo's not going to hit crap. I don't know why I'm suddenly lagging though. This is a little unfortunate.
The Eldar stand ready.
And he is boosting away.
Move at full speed.
Keep boosting.
Until the end.
Yeah, he burnt his let's see, he burnt his lightning strike, so
Acknowledged.
Gotta get turned around here and ready to regroup, I guess.
Until the end.
Not a lot I could do here. Okay, lightning strike all you want. I got a good position here. I don't know why it's suddenly lagging. That's a little irritating, but okay, I'll take it.
At your service.
God damn it. Latency screwed me over. I wanted to turn around for a torpedo run. It did not happen. And it didn't work out the way I would like.
At your service.
He dodged both the shots.
Move at full speed.
So that's not going very well. This lag is very easily throwing me off. And it sucks.
Until the end.
And no, I don't want your retros on. So keep going.
Until the end.
Keep your boosters going. I don't need this crap.
The Eldar stand ready.
So let's get ourselves turned around. Okay. Maybe not.
Yes, Commander.
Maybe not. Try and get myself repositioned here. He is missing his torpedoes. Which is fine. That was a bad torpedo shot, I will admit. But it could hit.
Move at full speed.
Now, we're back on track. Torpedoes did unfortunately miss.
Until the end.
No, I don't want you turning around, damn it.
Yes, Commander.
I'm getting thrown off. I'm getting thrown off. I want this thing to move, not the other one.
Acknowledge.
And because this is not moving, it's not working out to my liking.
At your service.
Repairs are about to come back up.
Call forth the bone singers. We are damaged.
Now, blink all you want.
Yes, Commander.
Lightning strike. Now, that's not going to hit there. Saw it running.
Move at full speed.
Can I get closer to burn this thing? Because yeah, I'm mismanaging these controls a bit.
At your service.
Yeah, that torpedo unfortunately did not work out very well. But let's do this properly. That was bad. That torpedo was badly shot. Trying to get a little more aggressive and it clearly isn't paying off.
Move at full speed.
And somehow I got a fire on board. That had to be from fighters, alright?
Stand ready.
Only thing I could think of that just happened there, and there should only be one wave of fighters. Oh yeah, this is not going very well. The idea to go with little frigates may not have been the best, because I am managing them really poorly.
We have found
Especially with a perfect opportunity to hit. Right here.
Bone singers. Heal this vessel.
And of course you stopped moving when I didn't want you to. Stop doing that.
Until the end.
Torpedoes are not getting their hits in, but I can still hit this cruiser again in theory.
At your service.
Oh, this is about to die, so I may have to abandon as much as I hate to do that.
Your service.
Oh, and I turned you at a bad time, didn't I?
Move at full speed.
That's a shame. Engines are still up, though.
The Eldar stand ready. Acknowledged.
So I gotta keep going, because I don't have really much choice there if the fighters are about to hit me.
Yes, Commander.
So,
Move at full speed.
I think... Oh, and of course, they reached me
Till the end.
just as I'm boosting out. That's a little unfortunate.
Stealth is the key
Ah.
to success.
That's a shame. This lag, why is this latency hit all of me all of a sudden? It seems like it just suddenly happened. Well.
We cannot
If I had kept them close together, that would work better. That's the simple truth. Because 2 pulsars would have done more permanent damage rather than having them spread out. So trying to be too clever to my own good, and of course,
move at full speed.
immediately ruins them out, so... Can I aim these torpedoes right? And he's masked. Not that it really matters too much.
We have found the enemy.
Because I can easily boost out from any torpedoes that he's going to fire. Like right now.
Move at full speed. Call forth the bone
I'll have to
singers.
try
We are
warping out.
coming.
All the fighters are going to reach me regardless. That's what it's looking like right now. And knowing my luck, that's going to cancel out my warp, is it? Yep. What did I tell ya? If I had kept going, that would not have been an issue.
Move at full speed.
So yeah, keeping the Auroras together would have been a better idea. At least it would have been more reliable damage, because it means I could have used my pulsars to do damage, rather than just hopefully pierce through the shields. And torpedoes aren't going to do crap here. I just gotta be ready to dodge the next attack.
Move at full speed.
Now I'm gonna have to attempt to warp out again, but you know a lightning strike is gonna be next on the cruiser now. And even worse, he's got more boarding parties, so I'm not gonna get an attempt, am I? Nope. Told you as much. I don't even get an opportunity to warp out because of cooldown reduction on those fighters, so unless I can remain completely hidden, not much I'm gonna do.
For incoming fire.
And of course I want to hit him. I should have fired torpedoes instead. That would have been more reliable. And now that I hit with torpedoes, he's too close, so that's a little unfortunate. Not a huge issue just yet. I would like to warp out.
We cannot linger.
Of course, now I just got myself killed. I should have saw that coming. Yeah, this was a really bad performance by me, wasn't it? If only the Auroras had stayed together, do them in pairs instead of separate. Try to overthink the strategy a little bit, I think, is what happened here. So I can boost out again. Get into the nebula cloud, and at least I'll delay the fighters from being launched. But he does have additional sensor range, so I gotta be mindful of that.
Full speed.
And he's gonna fire more torpedoes. And he's micro warp jumping too.
The webway is opening to us.
I'm not gonna get an opportunity to get out, am I? That's a shame. I'll just let it happen, I guess. Maybe the armor will actually ignore it. Or you're just gonna miss completely. That's fine too. And then I fly into the torpedoes as I'm escaping, so for all I know, that still counts as a hit. Oh,
Yes,
I
Commander.
still have a nightshade. Shows how effectively I was controlling my ships. I wasn't even aware I had one there. So yeah, the pulsars were useless because they couldn't get through the shields, and I didn't invest in an upgrade to kind of enhance them to do that. Although to be fair, even with the 50% increase, they would not have done anything, because I think the last shot would have been what caused the shields to go down, and from what I've seen before fight Eldar, or even like my orcs with their heavy cannon, that's not going to do anything to the armor, I think. Because all the damage went to the shield, so that was pitiful. I'm not happy about that. Maybe he's overthinking, maybe he's trying to be too fancy. Either way, it shows the limitations on the pulsars. I would have liked to have gotten a Hemlock destroyers instead, but they were just 1 point over to actually get 2 of them. And considering that circumstance, they would have been so much better as a result. In all honesty, I'm in really awkward positions because I can't really get ideal fleets unless I just go all the time with a cruiser and then fill the rest with light cruisers, because apparently the point values balance out a lot better. Because 250 points alone, I already know, is an Aurora and one of my shadows here that easily gives me the 250 I need. which for 300 points, of course, that just means I can easily throw in a frigate with little lost points. So I can't really throw any additional frigates in in the best case scenario. And then, as we just witnessed there, 2 Auroras with like 2 Nightshades, which is basically my cheapest frigates, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're my cheapest frigates. That's probably the best I can do as far as like trying to be lean on points. So I don't know what to think. These early point values aren't exactly the most convenient for me, it feels like.